Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Gallant Bodybuilding Mountain. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about, should you be fully recovered before you train a body part again? And to that I would say, not necessarily. Now again, we know on this channel, everybody's a little bit different, okay? So I'm not saying that if you found that you need to be totally recovered to listen to me. Because if you found that to be true, then by all means continue making sure that you're fully recovered from a workout before training that body part again. But one thing I've found is that my body seems to respond in a certain way when I'm fully recovered. And what I found is something I like to call the lazy principle, or the sluggish principle. What I found is that if I don't train for a period of time and say the muscle gets totally recovered, like, so say I train chest and my chest is totally recovered from a bench press workout in a couple days or 3 days later, right? Maybe it's even 4 days. Maybe I'm fully recovered. I start to notice before the recovery hits fully, I start to get a little bit weaker and more sluggish. And what I found is that when I train the body part after waiting till I'm fully recovered, it's almost like I'm a bit out of shape and I start to feel a lack of motivation, almost like the blood is not flowing through the area. I feel like I'm not necessarily pumped to train. You know what I'm saying? I find that I'm more pumped to train and I have more physical motivation when my muscles are just a tiny bit tight or a tiny bit sore from the previous workout. So this took me some time to figure out. Back in the day, I was programmed by all the splits I saw in the magazines and stuff, and they always said, yeah, wait 72 hours or even longer to make sure that muscle's fully recovered. But what I found was almost like every time I trained the body part again, was that it was like I was starting at ground zero, and I felt like it was almost like the first time I ever entered the gym, right? It felt like it was like so much work just to get the body into the groove, right? So what I found is that I had one of those body types that seemed to do better when I was getting my second wind. I was better off doing maybe a smaller workout and then working out more often to remind the body to grow constantly, which is why I do more of a 2-day split or a whole body type of training program. I find if I do a 4-day split or 5-day split, my muscle just flattens out, it gets fully recovered and then starts to decline, so that by the time I get to the body part again, I'm actually smaller and flatter and weaker, right? So I understand that each person is going to have to find their own groove in this, but don't be surprised if you respond better to training when you're a tiny bit tight from the workout that you did before. So long story short, I always found that it's better to train the body part when it still remembers what it's like to be lifting weights. Mountain. It's really windy out here today. It's almost like getting my second wind. So yeah, whether you find you need to be totally recovered or whether you find you're more like me, whatever works, right? I'm not really telling you that you have to do it one way or not, but I do feel, yeah, a little bit tight and the body's still remembering what it's like to be under the weight. That seems to be the ideal time to train again or to train a body part again. So I hope this helps out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalgallantbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. I gotta go find some sticks now. See, I'm at the stick factory. You can see the stick? I'm at the stick factory. This is stick factory. Make sure you guys put those orders in. Make sure you put those orders in for the sticks, because as you can see, I'll be running out pretty soon here.